Did you know that ECW had a Japanese exclusive wrestling card set?
ECW! ECW!
No, you didn't? Well, that's okay. I don't even think ECW knew that they had a trading card set in Japan. But either way, it's time to get extreme. What's up, everybody? I'm Zhan, and this is Wrestling with Cards. You can check me out on social platforms at Zhan Morning. If you need links to those platforms, check the show notes. It's all there. Unless you're one of those nutcases like myself and many others out there that are super deep into wrestling cards, chances are you didn't know these existed. I would say most people in the wrestling card space know about the stickers and the trading cards that were put into the ECW action figures in 2000. We see those floating around periodically. They're, I wouldn't say extremely rare, but maybe a little bit more rare than your traditional wrestling cards. Also, many people are familiar with anything Topps has put out that features ECW branded cards or ECW talent. And of course, we have a lot of ECW talent in some of the TNA releases, and especially the Leaf releases. But these obscure Japanese cards fly under the radar. These were produced in 1997, a banner year for ECW. And not only was 1997 a banner year for ECW, but 1997 is my personal favorite year in wrestling. The backs of these cards are all in Japanese and none of them are numbered. And a lot of these cards in this set are either first appearance rookie cards, whatever you want to call them, but some of these are the only card of a specific wrestler that they ever had. We also have some mixed information about where exactly these trading cards came from. I've been told specifically from several different people that they got these cards out of the inside of the Japanese ECW VHS releases. We've also heard that these were released on the ECW Tour of Japan in 1997.
And that tradition is not just taking wrestling to the extreme, it's to be the hardest working athlete in the sport today.
I just don't know for a fact either way, because we just have so much information from all over the place. But then again, that's wrestling cards from what I can tell. Do you have any of these cards? Do you have the whole set? If so, how did you get them? Do you have information that you can either provide or correct me on? If you do, make sure to leave a comment below and fill everybody in the wrestling card community in with this information. It would be greatly appreciated. Before we jump into these cards, just a few ways you can help support my channel. The easiest and best way that you can help support, it's also free. That's right, free. Hit the subscribe button, give me a thumbs up, and hit the bell icon so you never miss any of my uploads. By doing this, you'll help getting the video and the channel into more eyeballs and into the YouTube algorithm to help just build the viewership and the community. Check out the podcasts I'm a part of, Wrestling with Cards, the podcast, my solo podcast, audio companion to these videos. However, the audio is different, so you're going to want to check out this channel and all the archives, as well as the archives and all the podcasts that I'm putting out. Check out the other podcasts I'm involved with, Worlds Collide, myself and Tony Vella from WrestlingTradingCards.com. We're talking all things wrestling cards. We're talking weird stuff like e-feds and booking sims. You never know what we're going to talk about over there, so you're going to want to check that out too. Again, links to both shows in the show notes. And subscribe and leave us a review on there too. If you would like to help support the channel and all of my content monetarily, links below to my eBay store, Patreon, and links to if you want to buy me a coffee. All of those things contribute back to me putting that towards the channel, the equipment, hosting, etc. We're going to kick things off today with Tommy Dreamer and Beulah McGillicuddy. Classic image of these two. This is the first card of both of them, and I think it might be the only card featuring Beulah. Tommy Dreamer really was the face and the backbone of ECW. Also, the back of this card is really cool. Something I like is that you will notice as well going through these cards is the cool photos on the back of the cards that they used. And then, of course, all the Japanese on the back, which I cannot read. The BWO, Blue World Order. They're taking over. The guys that started it all. And by all, I mean all the NWO ripoffs. We started seeing insert name here, World Order, popping up in wrestling in just about every indie fed and on the planet during this time period. Heck, we're still seeing it today. But the BWO was the first, and here we have the guys that made it famous. Big Stevie Cool, the Blue Guy, Hollywood Supernova. Great picture on the back here once again, and look at that packed ECW crowd hanging from the rafters of the bingo hall. The Eliminators, one of my favorite tag teams in ECW, and one of my favorite tag teams of all time. They had some of the coolest tag team tandem moves, and I thought Saturn and Cronus just worked really well together. Great image here on the front of the card with them with the ECW belts. The image on the back isn't the best, despite most of the other photos on the backs of these cards being really awesome. But to my knowledge, this is the only card to feature Cronus and feature both of them together as the Eliminators. The Pitbulls. Great shot of these two. Great tag team for the time. But for some reason, as ECW went through time, the older ECW got as a promotion, these guys, for me, became a little bit stale for some reason, and I'm not sure why. From the time they entered through like 1996, I would say, these guys were great. Can't tell who they're powerbombing on the back of this card. Looks like maybe one of the members of the Bad Breed, which was Axel Rotten and Ian Rotten. But it could have also been Mikey Whipwreck, one of the Dudley Boys, who knows. Raven. One of my favorite ECW talents and one of the best cards in this set. Here we have Raven in his classic look with the old school ECW title. Essentially, it was the first ECW title they transferred over from when it was Eastern Championship Wrestling. Again, the shots on the back of these cards are amazing. With this one, you've got Raven in like slummy looking area of town, wrong side of the tracks, if you will, right in front of the tattoo shop. Gotta love it. I also enjoyed looking at Raven's shirts. Most of the time they're band shirts, so when I was growing up I would write down whatever band shirt he had, and then I would go to the music store or wherever I could find music and check out those bands. Along with Dreamer and that fantastic feud they had, Raven is one of the top draws in ECW history. This may be Raven's first card, but for some reason I'm wanting to say there's a Johnny Polo or a Scotty Flamingo item out there, if that even counts. I want to say it's like a sticker or something. Probably a European release. If you guys know, leave in the comments if you've seen Johnny Polo, Scotty Flamingo stuff out there that's not custom. Sabu. Awesome picture of Sabu here. Believe it or not, this isn't his first card, as he had one in the 1995 BBM Japan set. Something else I didn't mention until just now is the designs of these cards. It's basic, but the borders are very awesome. Probably due to the name of the company. They gotta be edgy, they gotta be extreme sports style graphics. But it's like they went back and took the WCW Impel borders, made them more extreme, and added them to these cards. Again, probably the idea here, not sure. The back picture of Sabu here, of him flying through the air, is a classic Air Sabu shot. Looks like he's hitting Saturn here. The Sandman, another trademark ECW character. The Zubaz style pants, the bleach mullet, the beer gut. How can you not like this gimmick? And on the back, it appears as though he's having one of his trademark after-match, or even maybe during the match, beers. Can't go wrong with this card. Pretty sure it is Sandman's first card. Shane Douglas, the franchise. Great picture of Shane here on the front. This is from when he had returned to ECW after a brief stint in the WWF as Dean Douglas. Always been a fan of Shane Douglas, so I love this card. It's not his first card, though, as he had the WCW magazine card in that now famous 1993 yearbook. He also had stickers and cards back in the WWF. The back of the card here looks like Shane cutting one of his classic, probably profanity-fueled classic promos. Looks like he has the TV belt here too. Taz. Last but not least, the War Machine. With Team Taz, no less. This is his first card, and it's a good one. I always loved the presentation of Taz, due to me being such a huge UFC fan. And the way that Taz was presented was very believable. Cool shot on the back here as well, of course, because that's what this set's doing, is putting good photography on the back of the cards. And you always have Bill Alfonso, the rest of Team Taz, which, besides Chris Chetty, I can't remember who these guys really were. Again, if you know who all of Team Taz was outside of Chris Chetty, and I guess if you want to count Bill Alfonso, leave a note in the comments and let us know. But most likely, this is going to be the first card for almost everybody in this shot. Well, there you have it. 9 obscure ECW wrestling cards from Japan from 1997. Once again, if you have these cards, if you have just a single card, if you have the whole set, it doesn't matter. Leave a comment below with the information you can provide about how you got them, where they came from, who you were told you got it from, etc. We need more solid information on these cards. If this video brought you some value today, please hit the subscribe button, give me a thumbs up, and until the next time that we chat, click the videos on the screen for more great wrestling card content, and we'll see you there, buddy.